What's going on? So I'm back with another video. And listen, I know everybody heard about this whole ick. I don't know what this, it's a silly old medical terminology that just came about some days ago with these nurses that works in this hospital that a lot of women talk about this hospital real bad. It's a hospital that's high in infant mortality deaths. It really is. And so you got a group of these nurses making TikTok videos and talking about how they frustrated with basically the women, the pregnant women that's in the hospital, and then it was mentioning the baby daddies and everything like that. Why would you go inside of the healthcare field if you know that it's gonna that you can't handle it? You know you can't handle it, so you go into the healthcare field. Well, this is the clip I want to show you guys.
Is when you come in for your induction, talking about, can I take a shower and eat?
What? My ick is when you ask me how much the baby weighs, and it's still in your hands. Dad comes outside and asks for a paternity test right outside the room door.
Saying you don't want any pain medicine, no epidural, but you are at an 8 out of 10 pain with just a Cervidil, and you're still closed, fingertip.
When we've already told you to push the call light, but every 5 minutes, your family member coming at the front desk asking for something else.
Excuse me, can I have a blanket?
Another ick, when you're going room to room between one baby mama and your other baby mama.
Oh no.
Ick.
Say that. It's the unlimited trips to the nurse's station for me.
But it's been so many women in the comment section that were saying that that was the worst hospital they ever went to, how they get treated real bad. I'd have had 4 children, and I'm trying to tell you that some of these nurses at the hospital, they is not caring at all. They think that most women lying about the pain at the end. Some women bodies can take epidural, and some of it can't. You know, sometimes they need different pain management. But I know a lot of times when I was having my children with my wife, I mean, a lot of times I used to stay at the hospital. I mean, I used to come up there and I used to see how the nurses, they kind of, they'll only believe you when you get upset. You know, if you're trying to get in touch with the doctors, they'll sometimes ignore you. They'll lie and say, well, the doctor will be with you right a moment. Just give me a few moments, the doctor will be right with you. Doctor never come because they never say anything. And I'm trying to figure out, what y'all nurses doing? Y'all ain't doing them, but just hanging around the front counter the whole time, either talking to each other or barely answering the phone, because they don't give you no kind of information if you call the hospital. They don't give you no kind of information. So what they on the phone doing? But most of the time at the front counter, a lot of the nurses just be talking to each other, and they supposed to monitor the rooms and see if a pregnant woman need help or not. And they don't believe them. A lot of times they treat them real bad. And these nurses, why you get into the medical field if you didn't know? Come on now, you didn't have no kind of training. But I'm telling you, that's when social media go wrong. So many people keep trying to do these little social media things. I don't know what they thought was going to happen. Every last one of them was fired. So currently, the nurses that have been training on those TikTok videos about their ick, I hope they could get their ick cured, because they are now unemployed. Every last one of them that was in that video. And did more so because now that hospital that they was employed at is facing a lot of lawsuits, because it's been a whole fallout about those women making those videos, because it shows the amount of insensitivity that all those nurses have. You know, I'm quite sure every job has, you know, their ups and downs when it comes to their customers or employees, however it is. But when you're working at a hospital and you're a nurse and you working in patient care, come on now. That ain't the time to make no TikTok video about how annoying the women are that's pregnant. They need this, they need ice. Oh, ma'am, this and that. They was basically saying in the video how mundane and silly some of the comments be that they get from a lot of the nursing women, a lot of the pregnant and nursing women. They be asking for this and that and the other. But you supposed to help them. You supposed to help them. Why you worrying about what they want? That's your job. The whole 10 or 12 hours that you on shift, you supposed to be catering to them. I understand you tired. But if you're so tired and you're so bummed out, then why you get the job? Why apply for the job? Let somebody else do it. And so when I seen that, I seen it on Twitter the other day, and I seen my ick. I said, what is this trend? My ick, my ick. Let me look closer into this. And so when I look closer to this whole my ick situation, I say, okay. I said it's a bunch of employed nurses complaining about the clients they have to deal with, or the patients they have to deal with on a regular basis, saying they want this and they want that. You work on a triage floor. What do you expect? You work on a floor where there's numerous pregnant women, and you getting tired of what you hearing every day from pregnant women that you're working on a triage floor on. So if they worked on a mental floor, if they worked on a mental floor in the hospital, but they complain every day about what they hear constantly from mental patients, you work on a whole triage floor full of pregnant women. What do you expect? They're going to ask you different questions, and they in pain. Now, I'm quite sure every last one of those nurses that had children before, so they don't know how I feel to have children and in pain and in constant pain, and you need this and you need that. Look, I've been through this 4 different times. Now I got 2 teenagers, a preteen and a 7-year-old. I've been through this so many times. My wife, of course, she suffered through all the labor pains and everything like that. But I've been through it. I've been at the hospital enough times to know how those doctors and nurses are. When you be in extreme pain, a lot of times you be needing some help, and they give you the button so you can press on the hospital bed, and then the nurses come. Well, the doctor said that they come and they'll be with you, give them a few minutes. You need anything? And then when you say you need something, oh, you're the bad guy. Like I say, they should have never made that TikTok video. They thought it was going to go viral? Well, you did went viral. And you went viral for all the wrong reasons. You showed horrible bedside manners. Those women that was in that TikTok video, those nurses, I wouldn't want them working on me. And I'm not talking about if I was a pregnant woman. I wouldn't want to working on me, even if they worked outside of another facility. No. You got people like that that's more worried about their job and more worried about, oh, I'll be glad when I get off. I'm tired of dealing with patients. I'd rather have a nurse that have compassion than to have every last one of them nurses that was in that video work on me. Something go horribly wrong. They'll be fixing on me. Then before you know it, this the slip, and I'm dead. I don't want them to be operating on me, and then something slip inside me because oh no, well, I'm just running my mouth now. Those nurses, they don't operate on nobody, but I'm just saying, if there was in a position like that, I wouldn't want them nowhere near me. So this whole my ick situation, I hope other hospital nurses don't follow suit, because they're going to find out what kind of hospital it is. And if it's a bad hospital that have a huge track record for infant mortality rates, boy, they coming. So I don't know what this hospital, I forgot, somebody put the name of the hospital inside the comment section because I forgot the name of the hospital. But they said a lot of pregnant women and women that already done had their children said that hospital has the worstest, and I mean the highest infant mortality rates that they seen in that whole county or either that whole state. It's real bad. And I can see why, because when you got women that's supposed to be employed nurses talking like this about patients, I can see why. I can see why that hospital will have high mortality rates, infant mortality rates. Because look who you got on the clock. Look who you got on the clock. You got somebody who clearly don't care about the mother nor the child, the unborn child. They don't care. Because they too busy worrying about the mother is aggravating me. The mother want this, the mother want that. And I just want to be off the clock and go home and relax and rest. Like I said before, everybody is human. And I understand people be working long hours as those nurses, but you chose that career. You chose that profession. If you didn't like it, you should have chose something else. You should have chosen something else. But like I said, Those women that was in that TikTok video, they are all unemployed right now. And I done got myself all sweated up talking about that video because I had to wipe my forehead. That video just made me upset because, like I said, I done been through this so many times, 4 different times, and I done seen it. Sometimes the nurses was good, but oftentimes if my wife needed something and it was like an emergency, it's like, well, she dealing with 3 more other patients. We're gonna come to you, and then it'd be like about 2 hours before a doctor actually come to you. By then, you are in excruciating pain because the doctor done waited all day to come see you. And sometimes the pain to get numb, or you still in pain. You like, okay, I need this. I need some pain management. I need some pain. You know, sometimes some women bodies can handle epidural, and some of them can't. Some women bodies will drink that epidural, and you'll be right back in pain for the next hour. And I'm talking about real bad pain all the way. And then you got labor pains on top of it. And then you might have phantom pains too. You get pain in your sciatic nerve, all that stuff. I've been through that. But when you're dealing with insensitive nurses, and now that they all are unemployed, I hope they don't find no kind of work at another nearby clinic or hospital, because they're gonna have the same attitudes. They're gonna be the same person, whether they're employed or not. So I just find it just don't make no sense. It just don't make no kind of sense. And I can see if it was a joke, even though that would have been like one of those inside jokes. So it wouldn't have been a good joke either. You know, so they could have said it was a joke, it really wouldn't have been no good one. So if it's any other nurses that want to follow that ick story, be my guest, but you ain't gonna have no job after that. And I just find it just very insensitive, very insensitive. And you would think people in the medical industry would be very tolerable of patients. They sometimes have less intolerability than anybody. I understand they humans as well, but like I keep saying, that's just like me becoming a professor at a university, and I get mad because the students asking me questions of something they don't know. And I feel like, well, I assume you're supposed to know this, you in my class. Well, if you hadn't taught me an assignment and you ain't teach me assessments and you ain't taught me nothing, how am I gonna know how to do that? How can I work on an aircraft just because I'm a mechanic, but I don't have skills in airplane aerodynamics? I tell you. I'm going to keep it short. I was Priceless Road with another video. Thank you for liking, watching, and share. Be sure to leave a comment and subscribe and share this video. And until next time, everybody, peace and continue to have a good one. Later.